Excuse me, that person who is calm is Rohan Hegde. The world has said that it is coming to an end. Hotel industry is finished. I promised all of y'all, next half will be practice. Please, right. Here I welcome my dearest colleague and Harvard alumnus, Mr. Rohan Hegde, calm and quiet, but just watch him speak here. I call my son to listen to him. I stop and I hand it over to my colleague, Rohan Hegde. Sir, over to you, sir. Thank you very much for joining in at such short notice.
Thank you, Professor Menon. Menon sir has been a friend, a well-wisher. He's been like family to us for a long time. And whenever he speaks, I feel good myself. He tells me that he feels good, but I feel probably makes me feel more good than he feels. I'm sure about that. I thank Professor Menon for inviting me to this forum, and I hope by the end of it, everybody will be enriched by whatever I'm able to share with you all. We can
make it sir, one second. Yeah. Colleagues, I will be continuously writing at the chat because there will be a lot of notes to take. So my first chat that I've written is look at the calmness. Okay, so please, whatever he says, I'm going to keep giving you notes. That's my style of teaching. Sir, over to you. Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
No problem. And so first and foremost, I hope everybody is hale and hearty at home. The families are hale and hearty. We are going through a rather interesting phase of time. So I'll immediately get into the subject now. And let me. Are you all able to see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wonderful. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Very much. Audible, very much.
Okay. So, I am basically discussing the impact to business in the COVID era with special emphasis, but of course, to the hospitality industry. Tunga Hotels is our own family concern. And I've been part of my own family business for the past 20 years now. So along with hospitality, because the crowd is, I'm told, I'm given to understand, is a family business management crowd who's watching this, along with the management students also are watching this, plus a lot of ex-students, I'm told. So I'm going to, after maybe 50% of this presentation, I'll probably switch over to a more holistic view of things, when everybody can kind of relate to it. But I'll start with hospitality to begin with. So we are Tunga Hotels, and some of you must have heard of us. But for the benefit of those who don't know much about us, let's say we have been in the industry, hospitality industry, for now over 4 decades. Our chairman, Mr. Sudhakar Hegde, my father, typical classic movie kind of story, lands in Bombay City at the age of 14, lands in with 2 rupees in his pocket, stays with his brothers, goes to night school, and penny by penny builds up this business. And when I came on board 20 years back, we were one hotel, and we were in the process of setting up our second hotel. I was academically inclined, so I was completely cut off from other things. It was all studies. But after I got in, it's been a phenomenal experience working alongside my father and learning so many things from him and making my own mistakes. So we have 4, learning from them. We have 4 business hotels comprising 220 rooms plus, with presence across Mumbai and Navi Mumbai. We have several popular and successful restaurant brands in our kitty. From pure vegetarian formats to fine dining formats, seafood specialty formats, buffet restaurant formats, to bars, to cafes, in all segments, as well as about 14 to 15 banqueting venues in-house across our different hotels. We have chosen to be private. We have not gone the public company or listing ourselves as of now. But who knows, maybe after 5 years or 10 years, we kind of look at that as a viable option. We have won several accolades for various business verticals of ours, including various food awards, various restaurant awards, various hotel awards, including the National Tourism Award from Ministry of Tourism and Government of India. So these are our 4 hotels. They're all across. So we have the International by Tunga, the Paradise by Tunga, the Regal by Tunga. All 3 are based out of Andheri MIDC, Andheri East, Mumbai. And we have the Reganza by Tunga, which is our flagship hotel, which is based out of Navi Mumbai. You might have seen it up and down, going up and down Pune, maybe at times. These are our various restaurant brands. We have Vihara, which is our vegetarian offering, which we kind of relaunched old format and relaunched it last year. It's at our hotel, Tunga International at Andheri East. We have Cafe Vihar, we have Ganga. These are all the vegetarian formats. So I've not taken out all the brands and all the names. I've not, the message is quite clear. We have Something's Fishy, which is a seafood specialty, which is also a restaurant, multi-cuisine seafood specialty restaurant, as well as a buffet format. We have Navya, which is out of Tunga Regal. We have One Too Many, which is our bar at the New Bombay Viganza Hotel. We have Tea Cafe there. We have Pickle and Pint at the Paradise Hotel. These are some of our brands. And the unique thing about our hotels is it's in any of our hotels that you kind of stay. Any person who stays at the hotel has the benefit of eating a 150 rupee meal, 150, 200 rupee meal in a restaurant like a Vihara or a Cafe Vihar. One can spend 25,000 to 1 lakh rupee for a meal in one of our fine dining restaurants. So we cater to a very, broad-based segment in that sense. But lots has happened since then. Lots has happened in our world. So what really happened? The Spanish flu hit us. There is something called the Spanish flu, which hit the world in 1918. After that, nobody imagined that there'll be a pandemic in the world, but a pandemic happened. We've new words and new lexicons came into our lives, like words like pandemic and lockdowns and all of it. So what happened was there were 3 black swan events which happened together. We can argue that black swan is something which is an unknown, but let's just call it for black swan event for now. One is COVID and Corona happened. The second thing that happened was that something called the lockdown got imposed across our country and across many countries around the world. Nobody knew what a lockdown is. Nobody understood the concept of a lockdown. And we're experiencing it now, first time in our lives. In all likelihood, we don't know if another pandemic ever comes. So let's hope and pray it doesn't. But who would have thought that we would be sitting in our homes for months together and fear would be ruling the roost across our lives. And the third black swan event to happen was crude prices going all the way to negative, which is unprecedented, which has never happened before. So these 3 things have happened together. And you have to understand one thing, that the way our world moves is that for some reason, all the bad news comes together, bundled together. And all the good news also seems to come together, bundled together. So trust me, once the good news starts flowing in, God willing, by this year end, by this whatever time it is, it'll start coming from all sides together. So till such time, you will see this phenomena where everything that has to go wrong will keep happening and will keep going wrong. So you will have Corona happening, you will have locust attacks, you'll have earthquakes, you will have oil spill in Russia yesterday. Russia called an emergency because of an oil spill which happened. You'll have all these kind of things happening. And you also had now cyclones hitting the country and the riots in the US. So it's all happening together. It's like the planets have aligned. So globally, so far, 7 million people have been affected. 4 lakh people are dead. In India, you already know that 226,000 odd people have been detected.
Yeah. The slide is not changing.
No, it's the same slide.
Okay. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
I'm just going into the details of it.
Sorry, sir.
No problem. And 6,348 people are dead. And India has now hit the global top 10. But there is hope. And the hope is that there are close to 95 to 100 teams working around the clock The best of the best are working. Today, nobody is doing any research except research to find a vaccine or to find a cure to corona. So all this is happening. I've not been able to update it for the last 10 days, but this has not changed much, so I've not gone to update it. But this is where it is. India, Brazil, and Russia are really the three countries which are struggling to flatten the curve. And this is where it is. Most countries, if you see, the curve flattening is important because we come to know that the rate of growth is now slowed down. So the worst is behind. So for those of you, I assume most of you all would be in the age group of maybe the late 20s or at best maybe late 30s, unless your parents or someone is watching this. In this millennium, since the century started, we've been hit by these three major crises which have happened. For those who've been active in business for over 20 years, you'll remember all three of them. But some of you all maybe are very young for this, but I got into business around the time that 9/11 happened. All of us remember the planes hitting the world towers, and a recession started immediately after that. What was the impact on the hospitality industry? For our industry, the impact was there, but it was medium, I would say, because business went on. We had a domestic movement which was happening. But recovery took a long time. It took 24 to 36 months. Then the Lehman crisis happened in the year 2008. And like I said, when problems come, they come in a bundle. So as soon as Lehman crisis happened in March, immediately in November 26th, I remember the date, it was one day before my own birthday. 26th November, we had the Taj attacks which happened, the Taj and the Oberoi attacks, which hit at the very heart of the hospitality industry, the very heart of it. Because after that, all foreign movement stopped because suddenly everybody started to feel that India is unsafe. And business was hit, and it was hit quite bad. But India recovered very fast. It recovered relatively fast in 12 to 15 months, and there was no fear of life. And I, for one, thought at that time that there's going to be nothing worse than this. In my career, because I was very much in my business that time, and I thought इससे खराब तो कुछ हो नहीं सकता, but उससे खराब कुछ चीज definitely आया है हमारे बीच, which has definitely had an impact on our business, in our industry. In the middle of this, you remember there are a couple of more things which happened. One was the Demon issue which took place, which was a big shock to the system. So we've had these few minor things which have come and gone. And then COVID came. COVID by far is the worst thing which has hit the industry, and probably for many industries the worst thing, which is hit them in terms of what is happening. Because we never had to shut down the hotels, even if the hotels at least had a 25 to 30% occupancy at worst, even on their worst days, 30 to 40%. But when COVID hit, you practically had nothing happening. It was complete lock and key. So this was something. So God willing, hopefully the next crisis will not be as bad as this whenever it comes, a decade from now. But you can keep in, typically economies move in cycles. So you'll see these cycles come and go. Every 8-10 years, you'll see a boom and a bust cycle. You have to factor this in. There is some good news as well. So, there's in fact plenty of good news. Slovenia has already become the first country in Europe to declare itself COVID-19 free on 15th May 2020. Schengen zone has finally started to open up. Schengen, as you know, comprises some important European countries, Sweden, Denmark, and all of these kind of countries who are there. And they have started to open up their boundaries. They're all doing it in this month, early August, with some checks and balances, but they're opening up. Taiwan has probably been the world's best case study as far as managing COVID is concerned. They've had only 3 cases since 8th of May. So since a month, they've had only 3 cases, and that's not the best part. The best part is they've done it without a lockdown. They did not believe one word of what came out of China. They went in December, did their own homework, did their own research, did their own checking around, came back and started to take measures in December itself, and they have come out the best. 80% of global cases which are tested, people who are testing positive are actually asymptomatic. So they are not at harm themselves. World fertility rate has now fallen below 3%. Less than 5% actually need critical care. New coronavirus is losing potency, says Italy's top doctor, Dr. Alberto Negrillo. I was reading about him on Twitter. In India, at a time, this is something which is very paradoxical, and we should. There is a there's a funny side to this as well. In India, at a time when people are scared of dying, India is actually going to record its lowest death rate because of sharp drop in accidents on roads and otherwise. Can you believe it? So, this slide is important. Please understand this well, because power demand has started to pick up. It bottomed out in 2020 March end. As you can see the blue, the black line. The blue line is for 2019. The black line is, you see the collapse into the 29th March, power demand of the country. See how slowly and steadily it has started to pick up. So we can start saying for sure that slowly, as we start easing up the lockdown restrictions, things will start getting, things have actually picked up. Yeah.
This is called as lead indicators. Lead indicators is used for forecasting. So as in theory, we call it lag. Lag is post-mortem. Lead indicators is for forecasting, prediction. So sir is talking about how he believes things are improving. Back to you, sir.
Exactly. So these are indicative of things. So remember one thing in life, that it's darkest before dawn breaks. So we are at that phase right now where it looks very, very dark, very, very dark, but it is always darkest before the dawn breaks. So, so we are in that phase, and I think the worst of the worst is behind us. From here, slowly and steadily, look at this chart. This is also very interesting. Look at the right side, the workplace activity. This is just 4 or 5 days old. See the way it bottomed out in March end, and see in the last week of March it bottomed out, and see slowly and surely how the activity started to pick up. You know, so the worst is already behind us. For those who are thinking it's going to get worse and worse from here, no, there will be a few ups and downs, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but this is going to be. You have to start preparing for life with Corona and kind of eventually coming out of it. So this is where the impact of the hospitality sector is. For those who are business owners who own different family businesses, or those who are part of some companies, you can see where you are in this chart. And it's not a very happy picture for hospitality and tourism and aviation. We are right at the bottom. But we will come back. We will survive first, like my very concept note said, we'll survive first and then we'll come back. So I'll quickly go through the different segments of our businesses, the Tunga as well as the hospitality segments. So MICE segment, as for those who don't know what MICE is, and most of you are probably, is conferences and exhibitions is what we call as MICE. The impact is terrible. In fact, there is absolutely no appetite for big gatherings, and working from home is slowly becoming the norm, and a lot of companies have already given those mandates to their people to work from home. So whereas in socials, the impact is definitely there, but I feel it will bounce back better because people are not going to stop getting married, but certain things will change there as well. Socials, I would say that as such, we as human beings, we are social animals. We like to be in the company of our friends, our families, our known people. We enjoy that. We like to move around in groups. So Corona is not going to change that basic human nature. But for time being, we obviously want to be isolated, and social distancing becomes what's the norm for us across the board. See, remember one thing, everything I speak about hospitality, everything tomorrow will go and undergo a big change. As and when the first successful vaccine or the first successful medicine is found. And my gut feel is that it's what I'm hoping, and my own gut feel is that by this year end, we should be able to find some cure for this, because human beings have got a tremendous capacity to survive. You know, I assure you that tomorrow if crude and fossil fuels run out in this world, I assure you that human beings will find some solution for that as well. So we will be able to find some medicines, so many intelligent, best of the best working on it. Well, as far as marriages are concerned, no big fat Indian weddings for the time being, and smaller guest lists. Even if tomorrow people have to make an event, make a social gathering, the guest lists are going to be very small. It's going to be trimmed. Like I said, the appetite for big gatherings is not there. And these are some of the things which have happened concerning the events and the banquets business. Like, Olympics got cancelled, Wimbledon is cancelled, Olympics got postponed, Wimbledon got cancelled. Some of these big events which happen once in a year, like motor shows, trade events in Dubai, postponed, cancelled. We've got this kind of company law board is allowed video conferencing for AGMs. So AGMs are one day of the year where people want to come and ask questions to the management. Minority shareholders, this is a very, very important day for them. When I say minority shareholders, as in people who have got 500 shares, 1,000 shares, very less shares, even like 1%, 2% of the company want to ask questions. So rather than not having it because of COVID, rather do it on video conferencing. It's amazing the kind of changes and kind of adaptations that I'm seeing. Big changes happening in the commercial real estate space. There is talk that work at home is going to catch on substantially. People have been told not to come to work from home. Some are permanently looking at doing it. Aditya Puri of HDFC Bank other day made a statement, MD of HDFC Bank, that why do I need so many people in the office? Why can't they be at home? So a lot of people are wanting to give back office spaces. So they are saying that this is going to create a lot of ups and downs in the real estate market. But sometimes in the eye of the storm, you start exaggerating the impacts sometimes. So I don't want to panic our real estate friends here, because at the same time, if people are sitting closer to each other, they'll have to also sit with more space with each other, probably 5 feet, 10 feet more, for obvious reasons now. So you may have some balancing out happening. So time will tell what happens. Some interesting things happening in the wedding businesses. Big fat Indian weddings are happening on the internet. People are getting more and more internet savvy. People are getting more and more practical, rational. Why do we need to spend so much money on weddings? It's two people's lives talking about. So why blow off so much money? We can actually put it for better use. So, but I don't feel that internet weddings is something which is going to become the rule. It's going to be an exception to the rule, is what I feel. Is my opinion. Coming to the rooms business, leisure hotels and business hotels, I put it in two categories. Leisure hotels is all kinds of resorts, even luxury hotels. Business hotels also is 3-star, 2-star, 5-star hotels. Tunga Hotels is actually in the business hotel segment. And compared to the leisure hotel segment, we are badly hit, but we are not as badly hit as the leisure segment for obvious reasons. Talk about the leisure hotel segments to start with. International travel is at a complete halt because borders have been closed down. So those foreign guests and foreign visitors who like to come to Indian hotels, leisure hotels to come and stay and enjoy stays over there are not doing it. Domestic holiday travel also is going to take a back seat. Discretionary spends are going to be much lesser, is what I feel. People are going to try and save money, conserve money, because there is job losses, there is job insecurities. People don't know what kind of impact they're going to see on their cash flows and incomes. So they want to conserve their cash. Leisure hotels by nature are more discretionary spend hotels segments. Whereas even religious tourism, this is the only crisis where religious tourism, where temples, even the gods are not left unaffected, You had Tirupati saying that they couldn't say salaries and pay salaries. I believe they just started some of the temples and all of that with social distancing norms. So it's very, very strange times. I think we're not going to forget all this for a long time to come. And I think a lot of road trips are going to happen. People will prefer going on road trips across. They'll probably want to be near and around their vicinities. a lot of destination weddings and all that are going to come back to India. People used to go to Asia and Europe and all, especially the Marwadi, Gujarati, even the non-Marwadi Gujarati crowd, which likes destination weddings, will probably not go anywhere. But of course, everything changes a great deal if tomorrow a medicine is found. But this is what the industry is going through. Business hotels, international travel is going to get more expensive. I'll go into that in later slides. Will revive faster. We are going through, we're getting a lot of COVID tourism, which is a fancy term for quarantine guests, people who fly in from abroad, from India, from abroad and come to India. They are required to stay quarantined in hotels. So a lot of metro cities where bulk of the business hotels are, tier 1, tier 2. Especially the main metro cities are seeing a lot of movement on that. Lots, but definitely it's contributing to maybe 15% of the occupancy. The remaining 10-15% is from the business activities, like I saw, we just started to pick up. People are looking at coming up with the tailor-made staycation packages because there's going to be a concern about not going too far. People want to be nearby, near their homes, so they'll probably choose to stay at city hotels. Some of the things which are happening is, like I said, some destination weddings are all slowly coming back, moving back to India. They're not going to go abroad for sure for a while to come. Qantas is Australia's main airline. Says fares could jump 9-fold with social distancing. So it's all pretty strange times because social distancing. For a plane to stand still on the tarmac and the parking way, I think it works out cheaper than actually flying it. But if they decide to fly it and they can't sell the middle seats and they don't have full occupancies for the flight, so they cover their costs, they're saying we might have to charge. So India also has started on 25th May. Airlines have begun. So probably from here, airlines will slowly start seeing better and better days going forward. You have to keep in mind, friends, my dear friends, is that it's very easy to get caught up in this Armageddon kind of mindset that everything is coming to an end, or nothing is going to happen. But believe me, slowly, it's darkest before the dawn, before the sun actually comes out. So we are slowly going from the dark times to slightly brighter times. It's far away from normal. We are kidding ourselves if we say we are in a normal period right now. But step by step, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, we are slowly going towards better times. And I'll get into more depths of that later on. So like Delhi Mumbai ticket, I think it's in the third or fourth band, in 90 to 120 minutes, I believe. And maximum limit is 10,000. Minimum is 40% tickets have to be sold at a price less than the midpoint on the price band. So these are the kind of concepts. Tata Sons has asked employees to avoid domestic travel. A lot of companies are taking this kind of steps, which is going to have an impact across. Coming to the restaurant segment, I've broken it up into, for the ease of understanding of everybody, the in-dining, which is where you go to the restaurant, sit and have the meals. The impact is massive. Impact is very high. In fact, most cities and restaurants they just ease some restrictions from 6th, I'm told. But in that is not for the red zones and all that, or the areas which are still having a lot of cases. But for other areas, there is a restriction. But it's the most worst hit segment. There's no customer coming. Your costs are on. Whereas one segment which is seeing a lot of tailwind, where a lot of supporting movements, structural things which are happening, is the delivery and the takeaway segment. Talking about the in-dining segment, every segment, be it a fine dine, be it a cafe, be it a QSR, be it whatever it is been very badly hit. It's obviously one of the last things to open in the lockdown. I'll show you some of the things that Tunga has started to kind of do, permutations and combinations, and a lot of prototypes that we are working on. I'll take you there in some time. Vegetarianism, I believe, will get a further boost from this. A lot of people might have started to believe that we are probably going against nature. So we need to stop a little bit of non-veg and shift to vegetarian. So it's going to have an impact. And delivery and takeaway segment is where we at Tunga are focusing very heavily on. So we are working hard on that segment. I am in constant touch with my team to work out strategies across various online channels. We are working on a mindset to delivery first, dining later. That's the kind of thing we're looking at doing. So typically a restaurant is first in dining, and then you think about delivery and takeaway business. We are changing the priority and making this delivery and takeaway first and dining maybe later for the situation that we are facing. And there's a lot of opportunity. The market outside the restaurant is bigger, and I'm only focusing on what we can do. So in two segments which we are seeing business happen is the rooms division and the takeaway and delivery segments. In that, we are trying to optimize our business to take it to a level where we can, we are not at break-even right now, but we are trying to get to break-even as fast as possible.
So,
yeah.
One is very important points. Pawan sir, I agree, vegetarian, but I'm not getting into that controversy. One is COVID tourism, a term that is used continuously. I'm writing notes. A tailwind is something very good. Headwind is something that blocks. All right, this class today, I know normally we stop at 8:30, but this will be pushed a bit because some of you all wanted somebody from the industry to speak. Government setting rates is not free markets. It's extremely clear it is not free markets. Right, restaurants, when my colleague Rohan sir is speaking about it, please remember what we have been teaching you all. Resources always exist outside. Resources always exist outside. So there is, and believe me, the word that is coming in is pent-up demand. There's a lot of pent-up demand, and if anybody has any doubt, please pick up the phone, call up any Keralite, what happened for liquor sales after the lockdown was lifted. Simple answer, that is called as, I'm not saying whether it's good or bad, I'm only saying it is pent-up demand. Superb slides, sir, superb slides. So please continue.
Yeah, so one thing that we as a team at Tunga have kind of realized is that people's cravings have not stopped. Those who are fond of their seafood, those who are fond of their chaat, their Chinese, their pizzas, their burgers, their biryanis, whatever that they used to like, the cravings are not gone. In fact, they're missing it all the more. If somebody can follow clean SOPs, sanitize setup, sanitize step-by-step way of delivering food to the customer to his premise, they are very happy to order in. And we are seeing a lot of movement on that segment. We are trying to see that how we can probably increase our old delivery and takeaway business by 50% or maybe even by double of what it was before. But all those people who are coming to the restaurants, who are fond of the food, if you make yourself available through delivering food to them, they would love it. So all big interesting things happening in the industry. Amazon has now understood the opportunity as well. They're rolling out food delivery services to challenge Swiggy and Zomato very soon. This is more the merrier, is what I say. We welcome them. This is what we are doing at Tunga. This is for our restaurant, a vegetarian restaurant called Vihara, which is at our Andheri hotel. We revamped one of our old vegetarian formats and came up with this new format. It's obviously doing well, and before all of the lockdown issues started. This is exactly what we do, how we do things in the kitchen. This is how the food is picked up. These images are all put up online on our social media, on pages of Swiggy, Zomato, all of it. And this is exactly what we do. That's the reason it gives the customers a lot of this thing. These are some of the seating arrangements that we are working on. We're trying different things, multiple things that we're looking at doing. So the time that the restaurants have been closed, we are trying to work with different ways to kind of create social distancing, and because probably we're not going to have the same crowds to start with, but when the crowd comes, we are able to kind of feed them like this. This is what we do across our rooms. This is our housekeeping team, which is kind of follows a lot of recipes across the rooms, goes across, sanitizes the rooms. Guest temperatures are checked when they walk in. Guest temperatures are checked every morning when they're staying in the rooms, when breakfast is served to them. Anyone who's got a slightly high degree of temperature, immediately doctor is on standby. Fortunately, we've not had any issues of that sort yet. Touch wood. So this is our back office team. This is how we are carrying ourselves across all our different back office team members and all of it. This is the Tunga COVID financial strategy.
Please take a screenshot. Sir, over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this is what we are doing. This is what we are working on every day. Focus on your cash flow. This is not the time for P&L. This is the time for a cash flow statement. And focus on your cash flow. Cash is king. Save every penny that you can save. I know that when I was young in business and I just come on board and I was very, very restless and I was experimental, always trying different things, made my share of mistakes, learned from that. But this is the time to be conservative. This is the time to save your money. Every business should know what is your break-even cost. Break-even cost is as you know, is your fixed overheads. So typically, your fixed overheads will be your salaries, your fixed electricity demand charge, your property taxes, a few other things. These are the things which you should know about. How much business, how much revenue do you require to kind of achieve that break-even cost? The first thing should be to achieve break-even cost. Forget your targets, your plans, your big grand plans for this year. 2020 is a year where you have to throw all your plans out of the window and just focus on surviving and getting to break-even. And if you can achieve break-even, you are successful. This is what you have to kind of achieve. For this year, that's a success. How to get there as fast as possible so that you don't bleed your capital, don't bleed your money. Recover outstanding customer dues. I myself am spending time every day with my team, spending an hour and a half talking to my team. Every day, everyone is coming up with what the recoveries have happened, because no customer is going to call you and tell you, come, please collect your payments. You'll have to start making those calls, know where that stands, and the earlier you collect it, the better it is, because liquidity is completely dried up. So it is FIFO without choice, I would say. It is FIFO by compulsion. So the one who comes in first and collects his dues first, he will stand to gain. So you must focus on this so that the money comes in handy. Focus on a weekly cash flow statement. It's not the time for monthly P&Ls and all that. हफ्ते का क्या आपका खर्चा है, क्या आपका इनकमिंग है, क्या आपका आउटगोइंग है, एंड वो आपको मैच हो रहा है कि नहीं. अगर वो मैच नहीं हो रहा है तो कहाँ से आएगा बाकी का? This is what you have to figure out. Refrain from any expenditure which may not have a direct revenue impact. जो खर्चे में रेवेन्यू नहीं आएगा वो खर्चे को अभी राइट नाउ साइड पे रख दीजिए. जो चीज से रेवेन्यू आएगा वो खर्चा एक बार के लिए आप सोच सकते हैं करने के. सो एंड कॉस्ट सेविंग मेजर्स को आपको सस्टेन करना है कल डिमांड वापस आने के बाद भी, क्योंकि पीछे जो खड्डा अभी जो हुआ है वो खड्डे को फिलअप करना जरूरी है. सो इवन व्हेन द नॉर्मलसी स्टार्ट्स टू कम, यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी कॉस्ट savvy. This is the time where there is an interesting quote that I will come up with later on, but this is the time to bring all the efficiencies. जो आपके बॉडी में जैसा फैट होता है वैसे आपके कंपनी में जो फैट है वो फैट को आपको अभी ये टाइम है वो फैट को आपको आपके बॉडी में कंपनी के बॉडी से इसको ट्रिम करने का. So if a department you felt could work with 6 people instead of 12 people, I don't know. I mean, this is the time to bring about some changes. You have to do it with humanity and do it with a sense of responsibility. Working capital is important. 90 to 80 days working capital credit line can be established if you have your arrangements with your banks and your financial institutions. So I will now kind of go a little more holistically. This is what we at Tunga are doing, and these are the things which have happened in the hospitality industry. Professor Menon wanted me to focus on take you all through what's happening in the hospitality industry, but this is not a complete hospitality only crowd. So I'm going to go a little broad based, and I'm going to speak about a few things and talk about a particular company which is not in hospitality, but I'm speaking about it because this company completely went completely went kaput, completely collapsed, and came back from the dead. And how it managed to come back from the dead is an interesting story. And we are going through a tough phase right now. We need to understand that what kind of things have happened with some before us. So before these times, what you cannot cure, you have to endure. So as of now, we don't have a cure for COVID. So we endure it, and we endure it to the best of our abilities. And never waste a crisis. This is the time. All those hard decisions, all those important decisions, all those good things you wanted to do for your business, all the good things you wanted to do as a professional, even as all the good things you want to do in your life, for your family, if you cannot go outside, go inside, dive inside, go inside and understand what are the things that you want to do. And this is the time that you have. You're in the middle of that right now. And so I'll talk about a company which is not in hospitality and how it completely collapsed. I also manage a portfolio for my family, my own portfolio. So by virtue of that, Professor Menon is aware of it. It gives me a great insight about some of the best companies and businesses in India, which I'm able to bring it in my business and enhance my business further. And from all the great things I learned from Tunga Hotels, I take it across and use it in managing the portfolio for the family. So this is a company which was started in 1988 by founder Mr. Achal Bakeri, first generation. Symphony, you must have seen it in various retail stores. It's a air cooler company. As you're aware, you will see it prominently across. Typically, they'll have the most models and all of it. But what happened after they started? They first saw some success in air coolers. In '94, the company went public. Soon launched geysers and room heaters and exhaust fans, and even got into flour mills and washing machines and water purifiers and all of whatnot. Lost focus. There are many stories to learn from this, and you can go and use it in your own businesses, whichever business that you may be part of, as an owner, as a second generation, first generation. Lost focus, and in 2002 it landed up in BIFR, Board of Industrial and Financial Reconstruction. At that time, their debt was 26 crores on their books, and Symphony became a penny stock. Penny stock is what? A stock which collapses, and becomes worth 1 or 2 rupees in the stock market. And the market cap, the value of the company was a mere 2 crores. So 26 crores of loans and 2 crores of net worth. How can somebody come back from that? How is it possible? And I don't think most of us, at least 99%, 95% of us are anywhere close to this kind of a crisis. This is the gentleman, Mr. Achal Bakeri, founder who never lost his cool, pun intended. I built this company from scratch. I couldn't watch it sink in front of my eyes. Restructuring began. Company focused on any air coolers. Focus came back. You have to learn to focus on what the strength of your business is, what your strength is as a person, what your strength is as a professional. You have to know what your focus has to be. It's very important to say no more than it is important to say yes. And they focused on air coolers and geysers, but air coolers was the main thing. In the next 16 years, it staged a remarkable turnaround. It did a lot of innovations in the air cooler business because the 50 other businesses went away, came out of BFR, went from a 2 crore market cap company in 2000 to a 15,000 crore market cap company in 2018. This company was an unbelievable turnaround story. You can go as bad as 2 crores of market cap net worth and 25, 26 crores of loans, and still you can, I would credit the owner, the promoter, his team to kind of have come up with this. It is his doing, his perseverance, his focus on his business. It's a genuine Make in India story. Before Make in India became a fancy term in our country. Exports to 60 countries today has a market share of 50% plus, which is higher than all their competitors put together. Competitors like Kenstar, Bajaj Electricals, all of it. So you should go back and maybe study what and how they were able to achieve this. But 7,500 times return in a matter of 16 years, which is incredible. So 1 rupee would be worth 7,500 rupees after 16 years. This is the power of focus. This is the power of fighting adversity and coming back and not giving up. Something very important happening is, as you know, the exit to Dragon. This is a very interesting thing from Amul. Which is happening in our country is this whole China boycott thing which has happened. It is escalating day by day. I think most of us have seen this video by now. At least 90% of us would have seen it. If someone who's not seen it, I would recommend that they go to YouTube and see this. This is the same gentleman who was, I think this kind of story was touched upon in 3 Idiots. Onam Wangchuk speaks a lot of sense about where things are standing, why we should stop buying Chinese, and this is really caught on and people are really embracing this concept. Meanwhile, to escalate and aggravate that, every day you can see that there's an escalation happening between the US and China. I just hope that it doesn't get into a full-blown war or something, but I think with the kind of weapons and arsenal that both countries have got, one good thing is that you're typically not very, very keen to start a war, unlike 50, 60 years back. So Trump, this is quite a strong step. He decided to not allow any Chinese airlines to come. It's an election year there, and he wants to make sure that the crisis which is on in the US, the COVID crisis, is really China's doing, and he doesn't get blamed for that. This is the awareness that is happening in our country right now. And why am I talking about this? I'll come to that in a bit. मेरी दुकान छोटी है, सोच नहीं, मैं Chinese सामान नहीं बेचूंगा. Is this slide clear, Professor Menon sir? You're on mute.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. I'm going.
Okay. All right.
I'm going on noting.
All right.
मजा आ रहा है sir. मजा आ रहा है.
So this is the kind of thing that is happening. This is something that we should take pride from. China was in the last 1 decade had completely taken over Africa. They had the 200 topmost brands across different segments, different products, which were dominating the markets there. And look at what 2 of our own companies have been able to achieve. Bajaj Auto and TVS, I think, together own, I think, more than 50% of the motorcycle market in Africa, which we should take a lot of pride from. And this is only going to accelerate from here on. And as a business owner, as a business founder, as a second generation entrepreneur, or even somebody who's probably a management student, business management student, this is very interesting because this is going to open up a lot of space for us. And because China, India, US is determined to stand up to China and kind of, whatever reasons they want to kind of put them back in their place or something. But this is an opportunity for us. So you don't just, अपने को as business owners, इसको देख के सिर्फ ताली नहीं बजाना है. You have to understand what are the opportunities for you. If you're a manufacturing business, you're an export business, you're into subcontracting, contract manufacturing, whatever business that you may be in, this is an opportunity for us because for the first time, Made in India has a better connect than Made in China. So please understand this and start working your businesses around this. One small disclaimer is that for all people who are probably into trading or some form of trading where you get things from China and sell it over here and then you kind of retail it here or you kind of process it here and sell it, you have to start looking at a China plus plan. Because most companies are now looking at some plan, because if China and US trade wars kind of start escalating, and also this movement which has started to boycott Chinese goods. My own kids the other day opened their cupboards, took out all their clothes and were checking what is made in China, what is made in other things. They're all very small, 7-Eleven, and they say that we don't want to buy any Chinese toys, nothing Chinese. So it's really, really catching on. So you may want to de-risk your business. If you're procuring something from there, you may want to, start looking at places like Vietnam and other places if you can't actually manufacture it here. Meanwhile, a lot of things happening with the government is every day coming and making announcements. This is something which has been announced by. Is this clear slide?
Perfect, sir. Perfect, sir.
Every day, every second day, you've got announcements coming in from the government side. See, it's very easy to get despondent and statistic and pessimistic about निर्मला सीतारमन ने कुछ दिया नहीं, कुछ बताया नहीं, कुछ हमारे इंडस्ट्री के लिए किया नहीं. It's over. It's done and gone. You have to be opportunistic in terms of what the government lays out in front of you, and there's always something which will be of use to you. Yes, I also believe that the finance ministry probably needs better ideas, better talent, better proposals which can actually make an impact. But till such time we are stuck with this, and your job is to not get caught up with the narrative ki kuch nahi hua, kuch nahi mila. You have to focus on what's laid out in front of you and look for the best opportunities for your business or for your area of interest. And this is some of the things which are happening. I'll just end on this note. We have this reminded me of probably the story of any business owner in India. He is right now a bit like Jim Thorpe, who actually on the day of his event, the Olympics, found that the shoes have been stolen. Now, by rule, he had to wear his shoes. You had to have shoes before running. You couldn't run bare feet. So as business owners, I feel to a great extent, business is a race of life. It's a marathon. And Corona is something which has probably stolen our shoes away. We are left bare feet. So what do? Do we give up in the race? No, I don't think we have that luxury or that choice. One thing which is required for all businessmen, all entrepreneurs, and all individuals, all people, is perseverance. And perseverance ke bina kuch nahi achieve ho sakta. And this is a time where even if our shoes have been stolen, we manage with what we can find around us, and we stay in the race, because the one who stays in the race has a chance of winning. The one who drops out, it's over for him or her. So this is something which I felt was Jim Thorpe is kind of represents our story. And thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you, sir. I request all the participants to please thank Rohanji. Chat, please put it on the chat, dear colleagues. These people are spending time for us. Yes, I have got 5 more minutes. Right? Please thank Neeraj. Thank you, Bede. Thank you. All of you, please understand. Special thanks to Rohanji's better half. She took pains to prepare the slides. Rohanji is very busy. Thank you, Rohan sir. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Please see the chat, sir. That's all I can tell you. Please see the chat. That's all I can tell you. That's for you, sir. You have got all the financial capital, but today you can see the social capital that you have built. You can see the social capital. And look at the calmness in Mr. Hegade's face. And they said 70% drop.
That's because, like I said, Nair Saab, like I said, what you cannot cure, you have to endure.
Very good. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. My last slides. And before I thank you, all of you all. All right, Rohanji, you'll have to stop your slide sharing. I've got just one last slide, Menon Mantras. Then I'll take questions. Saurabh disturbed my presentation. I am not happy.
I've stopped it, so I think.
Thank you, sir. No, but please look at the slides, sir. Please look at the chat.
I'm here.
My kids are going on thanking you. Please look at that. That is important. My kids are thanking you, sir. Thank you, bache. Hello, 70% drop. You heard it from the person himself. Thank you very much. I will now close today's session and then take questions. Today there was an extension. Please contribute to the hunger movement. मैं बोल दिया, सब लोग ने कर दिया, नीरज, अभिषेक, जिन्होंने मैं नहीं किया, please do it. करो यार, please. अभी उसके आगे क्या बोलूं मैं? Okay. This is my social page. आज मेनन मंत्रास नहीं, हेगड़े मंत्रास आ गया. वो एक स्लाइड ही है, आपको लेके जाना है. आज मेनन मंत्रास थे, वो स्लाइड का मेरा बच्चे ने लिया स्क्रीनशॉट उसका. Please take it. That is your Menon mantras. One last slide and then we stop. You can have your dinner. I will be around to answer business questions. Saurabh has some issue, but he should have raised it in the right forum. Excuse me, this is a very, very alarming slide. George sir and all respected colleagues, Srinivasan sir and everybody. This is India. We have removed the lockdown, and when other countries removed the lockdown, the curve has been flattened. India has not flattened the curve, but the lockdown has flattened the economic curve. I don't know. As a leader, it's a very tough decision. I do not want to be in Narendra Modi ji's position or Amit Shah's position. Nobody knows who is governing the country, but anyway, right? But excuse me, challenging times lie ahead. I end this wonderful discussion. Thank you, Rohan sir. Wonderful. Sir, my style is now I'll take questions on business. Then I have a late dinner. Thank you very much, sir. With folded hands. My son is also right here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Class, please have your dinner. And sir, special thanks to madam for the slides. Okay, Rohan sir.
I would like to say one word for Menon sir. What comes across in all of his lectures and his presentations to all of you all, and I think I'm not much into opening the chat, but I've opened the chat, and I really appreciate the feedback which has come in, and I'm glad I could add value. But what I wanted to actually say before I end is that when Professor Menon actually conducts his classes and his presentations, you can see the actual fondness that you have for your students, the actual love that you have for your students. It's there in your face. There is an informality in the way you speak to them, and they love it. I think that attachment is there, and see the amount of, I think I can see a few names that I can also recognize. And they're all here because I think because of their attachment and love for you and for the knowledge that your program has given them. So hats off to you, Professor Menon. Guru hota hai, you know. Somebody had told me कि अगर भगवान नाराज है तो गुरु बचा देता है, अगर गुरु नाराज है तो कोई नहीं बचा सकता है. So Guru is above everybody. Guru hota hai.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Class, those who want to have dinner, you could leave. I'm answering business questions. Then only I will stop for dinner. Thank you, all of you all. Chalo, let's start the business questions now. Thank you, George sir and everybody. Everybody, Dr. Vinod, everybody, thank you. Please have your dinner. And class, those who want to ask questions, shoot. I'm there now for the next 15-20 minutes to answer your questions. Hey, Saurabh, पहला तू unmute हो रहे, तू कहाँ जाके वो सब टाइप करते रहे? गेस्ट स्पीकर को थैंक्स बोलने की जगह पे तू जाके ये कर रहा है. सौरभ का बहुत नाराज कर दिया मैं. लास्ट पे लेगा तेरा क्वेश्चन, उधर रुक. बाकी लोग मैडम स्टार्ट विद अदर्स. सौरभ ने नाराज कर दिया मेरे को.
Okay.
बोलो बोलो कौन बोल रहा है, नहीं तो सौरभ आंसर करे. थैंक यू.
Can I unmute Saurabh?
Okay मैम, नो प्रॉब्लम, ही इज माय किड, बट नेक्स्ट टाइम नहीं करना बेटे. चलो बोलो बोलो सौरभ, जल्दी बोल.
So sorry, sir.
नो प्रॉब्लम बेटे, बोल.
Sir, we export quite a lot to Europe and US, but China has given export subsidies on those products from China to about 15%, and India has 1% subsidy. So how should we go about competing in such scenarios as against to China's policies?
Saurabh, there is an export promotion meeting happening. You will very soon see announcements that is coming for export subsidies from India. I can't say anything beyond that. Okay. Second, please understand, even from the definition of MSME, they have removed export turnovers. So the country has realized that exporters should be supported. Just await the good news. 1.5 months back, I told all of you all, await stimulus package and register for Udyog Aadhar. Today, I'm going on record in front of everybody saying that please wait for the export promotion announcement from Government of India and see what is happening. I have prepared all my students for exports today. And I promise all of you all, there'll be a special session on exports. Saurabh, await, as of now, it is okay, but await, there is export subsidies coming in, bache. Very soon it is coming in.
Thank
and
you, sir.
for me, India is going to get into the gap of China. So Professor Nimesh Rathod may disagree with me, and I respect him as a fellow colleague. I think India's time has come. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure always, Saurabh, bete. Pleasure always.
I'm sorry once again, sir.
No problem, रे बच्चे, होता है. It's just that I wanted you to thank Rohan जी, बेटे. बड़े बड़े लोग हैं, वो लोग business छोड़ के अपने लिए आ रहे हैं. इतना ही. चलो next person, चलो. Who else? Any other questions? Any other questions? Ma'am, just keep an eye out.
Yeah, I am. No one has raised their hand
Good.
yet.
Very
So
good.
I've just put it in the chat.
Just 5 minutes we'll wait. If no, then I'll thank all of my kids.
Yeah, there is Palak here. Want to talk to you.
Hi, sir.
Hi, bache.
Thank you for the session. It was really amazing.
Thank you. See, one second. Gunny is still there, yaar. This person is from US and he is disclaimer clause unke karan aaya tha. Har ek session ke baad he gives me feedback. Gunny, I know you don't like it, but I'm telling it publicly. I love you. Yes, Palak, please continue.
As Dubai is facing a huge dip in the economy, so we export to Dubai like the plastic household materials like the lunch boxes and stuff like that. So is it the right time to even exit from there and avoid the export?
No exit. No exit. But obviously there will be a constrained demand. Look at Ansoff matrix.
Okay.
So you'll have to look at Palak bete, you'll have to look at new markets. Okay. So don't exit from Dubai, but make Dubai as a center point to export to other countries. And bache, there are many other countries today you can open yourself to. And as I told my Saurabh, await the export subsidies. So answer to you is go for reduced demand, but don't exit Dubai. Dubai story will still last, but it won't be like earlier. Question answered, Palak?
Yeah, sir. Got it.
God bless. Anytime, bache. Anybody else?
Yeah, I am unmuting Mr. V. Vinayak Rajpurohit.
बोल ना. Vinayak, मेरा बच्चा, बोल जल्दी.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Fine, बच्चे.
So, sir, I had a question. We had a startup close to 2 years ago, and that startup, in last 2 years, we've already done a turnover of.
एक मिनट. Hello. Sunday 11:45 personal finance. Sunday is not corporate finance. Sunday 11:45 is personal finance. Sunday 10 o'clock. Hartek Power Knowledge Center में I am talking about receivable management. तो उधर 10 बजे मैं receivable management बात करूंगा. 11:45 को personal finance होगा. Thanks to Suresh ji and Shanti ji here on Menon Mantra platform. Sorry Vinayak. तो Sunday को डबल काम कर रहा हूँ मैं. Okay, मेरा छुट्टी है लेकिन डबल काम. 10 o'clock corporate finance, 11:45 personal finance, 10 o'clock with Simarpreet Hartek Power, 11:45 Menon Mantras. हाँ विनायक बोल रहे.
So, sir, we had a startup close to 2 years apart from our parent company, and that startup we did really well. Those saal mein we had a turnover of close to 5.5 crores, and we are growing, right? Now that we are not registered in the Startup India, can we register the same company or do something that can register us in the startup? Because it was a startup. Is there any policy which can, or we need to start a new company altogether?
Yes, you should start a new company and then slowly transfer the business to the new company. Got it?
Okay, sir. Secondly, I have applied for a change from my cooperative bank to a nationalized bank. The thing is that the bank has started, non-cooperative movement against the company. They've stopped our subsidy documents. They're not giving us any documents to go further. What do we do about it? They started
ombudsman
again, but we hold a big facility with them. Wouldn't that go?
You don't continue a relationship which is bad for you, do you?
Right, sir.
Continue, don't complain. If you divorce, complain. If you are ready to live with that, then live with that. Usme main kya karu abhi? Then I can't go and influence the bank.
Okay, sir. Lastly, sir, for these government policies, are there any special agencies who guide you, who give you a channel how to go about it?
Wait, one second, Vinayak. SP Jain class miss नहीं करेगा, हर्षल कोई miss नहीं करेगा. मेरा वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग देखना 11:45 का. ओके बाबा प्लीज SP Jain को चेंज मत करने दो बेटे, उनको बुरा लगता है. 11:45 का क्लास 11:45 को ही होगा क्योंकि नीरज जैसा बच्चे लोग आएंगे. उसका मैं रिकॉर्डिंग डालूंगा यूट्यूब में मेनन मंत्रास का, तो वो आप टेंशन मत कीजिए. प्रसाद बेटे 10 बजे का आपको सिमर को कांटेक्ट करना पड़ेगा और मेरे को व्हाट्सएप या मैं इंस्टा में दोनों डालता हूँ. 10 बजे का और 11:45 का दोनों डालता हूँ. SP Jain का क्लास चेंज नहीं होगा अनिल मेनन के लिए, पूछना भी नहीं, रिकॉर्डिंग देखना दोनों. ओके प्लीज ऐसा मत करो बच्चे, अपना इंस्टीट्यूट है. हाँ विनायक बोल रहे.
So final question, for these government policies regarding each and every industry, are there any special agencies that guide you for these policies? Because tracking each and every policy becomes a tough task.
There are consultants.
They're consultants, right?
Yeah.
So
अभी बाद में कुछ मत बोल.
ठीक है सर.
मार्केटिंग कर रहा हूँ.
ठीक है सर. I got it, sir. जी सर,
नंबर देते हैं एक दोस्त का.
श्योर सर.
आई एम
ओके सर.
रिस्पोंडिंग टू ए क्वेरी. आई एम नॉट मार्केटिंग.
ओके सर, नोटेड सर.
बेटे
थैंक यू वेरी मच.
कोई बच्चे तो मेरे एक दो आउटसाइडर रहेगा, उनको शक होएगा ये सब फ्री क्यों कर रहा है. सब लोग को समझाता हूँ फ्री इसके लिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं खुश होता हूँ. मैं स्ट्रेस, यू आर माई स्ट्रेस बस्टर्स ऑल ऑफ यू ऑल. तो आप लोग शक नहीं करना. बिना एक डाल रहे, मैं नंबर दे देता हूँ किसका.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर. श्योर सर. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
गॉड ब्लेस यू. प्रसाद है मेरा हमेशा. बड़ा बिग वाटर ट्रीटमेंट गाया, पुणे बेस्ड. प्रसाद जीरो वाटर ट्रीटमेंट का एक्सपर्ट है वो बच्चा. प्रसाद भाई कोई और है क्या? कुछ क्वेश्चन है क्या? बोलो. बीवी गुस्सा कर रही है, खाना खाना लेट हो रहा है.
I am allowing Ajay Nath.
हाँ अजय बोलना रे बच्चे.
Hi, good evening, sir. Abhishek here.
हाय अभिषेक. अरे अजय नाथ दिस इज. अच्छा सॉरी बेटे.
No, that's okay, sir. That Zoom ID is there, so the name is his. Anyways,
Okay.
Sir, two questions I had. Number one, a lot of the nationalized banks are giving this MSME loans between 7 and 8%. Some banks going as low as 7.3%. And our bank, which is Kotak Mahindra Bank, is saying that it will be priced around 9% or more than 9%.
What should you do, Abhi?
I know, sir. I know what should I do, but change the bank. But is there any rule or something that?
There is no, this new generation. Thank you, George sir. This new generation private banks. He warned me, don't use Kotak or ICICI. So George sir is also guiding me. This new generation private banks are rogues. That is
Okay.
Go to a nationalized bank. So there is no guideline, bache. They have left it at their discretion. And this same bank is also not allowing my kids to get benefit of repo rate. I don't want to name this bank, new generation. But I have done one thing. I have purchased the shares of this bank because when they have customers like you all, they'll make super profits.
In fact, today for one of our SPGN colleagues only, I said your format of the Instagram. So hopefully that will work in getting the repo rate changed.
पक्का करेगा. लेकिन वो लोग को 7 और 8% के बीच में नहीं देगा कोटक.
नहीं सर, वो तो नहीं देंगे सर. But just wanted to understand whether is there any particular rule effect.
It is left to the banks. It is left to the banks.
Yeah. So second, sir, I will wait for your export class.
अरे रुकना. I'm going to get the biggest pie. अब मैं रुको ना. अभी रोहन जी आया ना. प्यार से आता है, लेके आएगा. सबको टेंशन मत करो. There will be a class on that. I will get an agriculture, agripreneur also. Agriculture is the new area. सब होएगा. 30 seconds theory, 30 seconds practice. Class थोड़ा लंबा जा सकता है with external speakers. Don't mind that.
So last question, sir. Like, if you don't mind, sir, like, see, we are in the business of garment, but we are into mainly two product lines. Just today, my family, we were under the discussion that, should we expand our product line into some new categories? But attending Mr. Rohan Hegade's session right now about focusing on the core competencies, giving this Symphony air cooler example, what would be, maybe you have too little information to answer, but do you think, sir, we should expand product lines at this time?
Yes, or expand product line, keeping in mind the challenging times. But once you do that, you should proceed with caution. You should have good people who are experts in that. You don't need to be an expert, but your managers should be experts. So you are a business owner, you should hire a good expert from the field to manage, and you should prepare KRAs and KPIs to judge his performance. So should you expand? Answer is yes. Should you do it without thinking? Answer is no. Should you proceed with caution? Answer is yes. How do you do it? Hire an expert from the field, give him key result areas and key performance indicators.
Right, sir.
Question?
Yes, sir, very much so. And sir, last thing, Rohan Hegde, sir, also mentioned in his slide, never waste a crisis. All right, sir, and he also mentioned that a lot of people have to do things in the company that they would have never been able to done in a normal scenario.
तो उनका बोलना क्या था? मैंने बात किया, वो बोला कि आदमी लोग को सुनो, सब लोग अभी भी हरे क्या अटेंडेंस है, कोई गया ही नहीं है यार, क्या क्लास है. अच्छा सुनो सब लोग, वो क्या बोलते थे साहब कि वो हमेशा पिताजी को बोलते थे इनको निकालो, इनको निकालो, इनको निकालो. ये 25 people are not needed for this job. His father did not agree. ये प्राइवेट चार्ट हुआ था. अभी ये लोग सब चले गए, वही काम 10 जन से हो रहा है. मतलब हो गया ना. It is proved that only 10 people were needed for that job. That is what he said. Never waste a crisis. So जितना कम आपने निकाला नहीं, वो लोग को ही छोड़ के गया. Good for you. And your system is still running. Very good. Maybe he has to add 5 more people. फिर भी 15. 25 minus 15, you have saved labor cost of 10. That is what he was hinting at. Never waste a crisis.
got the point, sir.
इसपे अपना परिमल sir must बोलता है, he always quotes right Drucker and he says relook at your entire cost structure, where is the value lying. खुश बच्चे?
Understood, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Pleasure बच्चे, pleasure. Anybody else?
Yes, sir. I'm unmuting Mr. Avinash.
बोल रहे अविनाश पाटिल जी, पानी देना.
हेलो सर.
हेलो. इतना धीमा क्या बोलते रे? जोर से बोलना. अभी बोलना ही बंद हो गया उसका. Ma'am, I think he got disconnected. You have to give it to him again. हाँ.
हेलो सर.
आप बोलना रे.
हाँ सर. अभी जो MSME में उन्होंने 250 करोड़ का उन्होंने रेंज बढ़ाया, बट जो भी क्रेडिट का जो लिमिट है वो सिर्फ वो 25 करोड़ पे रखा है. हाँ. फॉर फरवरी 2020 जो क्रेडिट CC लिया है. बट वी आर क्रॉसिंग दैट लिमिट. बट कुछ हो सकता है कि उसमें वी शुड स्टिल वेट फॉर the benefits to be included, or how is it?
You should chartered accountant है?
हाँ सर.
बस समझ ले, क्राइटेरिया में फिट करा ले.
ओके सर. तू
मेरे से बुलवाया ना सबको पब्लिकली, साला तू मेरे को जेल में डलवाएगा यार. ठीक है चल. समझ गया ना मैं क्या बोला?
हाँ सर.
बस next question.
Yeah, I'm allowing now to talk to Mr. Prerit.
अरे he's my kid from Indore. Look at him. एकदम flashy style. कल एक luxury
car
पीछे.
Sir, how are you?
Fine. Bol.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you so much for this wonderful session. Yes. I had 3 questions which are really small. Firstly, is that there is a 10% limit of working capital given by the banks for COVID cess, which is known as COVID emergency funds on that. So this is only applicable to working capital, or is it applicable for your term loan also?
Only working capital.
Only working capital. Now my second question is, sir, that
hello.
There is an...
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Once you take for working capital, you know what is to be done. Chal aage bol.
Yeah. Yes, but I don't have any working capital in my cold storage project. So now coming back to my second question, there is another scheme of 20%. Which is given by for MSME right now from the government.
Applicable for both term loans and working capital loans.
So can we avail this 10% and this 20% to all of them? Can we avail all these facilities?
Yes.
Okay. Now, sir, last question is that your export turnover is exempted from MSME turnover. This is also true?
That's what I was telling Mr. Patil. Yes.
Okay, so I would definitely like to attend your seminar for this exports because I'm already into exports, so I'm really looking forward for it, sir. Thank you.
Have you donated to a collective hunger?
Already did, sir.
आपके लिए I'm getting you मैं खाली मस्ती कर रहा है, but I don't mind. I have seen the list. आपका नाम है उस पे. God bless you, and I know the amount also. Today's entire thing was sponsored by Vismaya, but they donated. सबके लिए बोलता है, खाली प्रेरित को नहीं, प्लीज कर दो यार.
Okay.
The biggest exporter of India, बेटे मैं लेके आता हूँ. Father better.
Okay.
पक्का.
I'm just trying to tell you, I'm trying to bring some foreign investment for this also. So I'll help you out. I'll definitely mail you the details also for this collective movement also. On that.
Please, beटे.
Yeah.
I'll be obliged. People are still dying of hunger.
Yeah.
Next
I'll do
question.
that.
Prerit answered all your questions, Prerit?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, beटे. Next question.
We have Mr. Taren on our list.
आप बोल रहे Taren. Ma'am, it's okay. I got it. Taren बोल रहे.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Fine.
Hi, sir. I just wanted to know, we're in the process of setting up a cold storage.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So, is it possible for us to register it as an MSME in the Startup India scheme?
Who is blocking you? Do it, no.
But it's just for leasing and operation. Is that fine?
Leasing and operation. The manufacturing and value addition.
There is no manufacturing involved.
Value addition and
it's basically leasing and we'll be operating the products. That's about it.
Please show some value addition.
Okay.
And anyway, if you don't even get registered under Startup India, at least form a new company so that you get lower taxes. Your chances for leasing and operation, it doesn't qualify under startup. But if you can show some value addition, you can still qualify. If you don't qualify, at least go for the New Companies Act. You will get at 15%.
Sir, the new company ആണ്. New company ആയിട്ടാ form ചെയ്തേക്കുന്നത്.
Then very good, sir. You are anyway eligible at 15%, sir. So don't worry. Now only try pushing it under Startup India with some value addition.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. God bless you. All done?
Yes, sir. That's all in our.
Thank you. One second. And the student, he's a lovely guy. He's helping you out. He's saying that look at the chats. They're all helping you out.
Yes, sir.
Look at the chats. My kids are helping you. These are business kids. They're helping you.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
That is the power of FMB. They always like to help everybody.
Thank you so much.
Else? Pleasure, sir. Pleasure. Madam, done?
Yes, sir. That's all in our raised hand list.
Thank you.
We have some questions in our question and answer session.
Thank you very much, Fab. Thank you very much. The link will be up tomorrow. Tomorrow or maximum day after. Thank you very much. Thank you. Special thanks to ma'am. You are a housewife and you still stood for me. Thank you very much.
Most welcome, sir. So we have 2 or 3 questions in our question session.
Yes.
Like we are under 250 crore turnover, but the CC till
I've answered this. I answered this. He came online and asked this question.
Already answered?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So we can close this now.
It's personal finance, ma'am. That is Sunday 11:45. This is not a corporate finance question. Instead of fixed deposit, what is a better option? Sunday 11:45 is the class on personal finance. Okay. Thank you, everybody. God bless you all. I love seeing this. Thank you, Sabina ma'am. Nere Prasad bete. ये एसपी जैन का नहीं है, ये मेनन मंत्रास का है एंड शांति मैम है उनका नाम. सबीना मैम इज एसपी जैन, ये शांति मैम है सुरेश जी का टीम का है मेनन मंत्रास. प्रसाद यू आर सो गुड बेटे, यू मेक इट अ पॉइंट टू थैंक एवरीबॉडी. दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ यू. देखो फटाफट लिखा. थैंक यू शांति मैम. अच्छा है.
मोस्ट वेलकम एवरीवन. माय प्लेजर.
These are all industrialists, ma'am. He has a company which is of turnover of 100 crores. He is based out of Pune and you can see the humility. Okay, thank you, bache. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Chalo. We meet on Sunday for personal finance and Monday for corporate finance. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Good night, everyone.
Good night, ma'am. Good night.